So one of the things I noticed about a lot of the twerps on the internet that like to harass people and even have whole programs devised around harassing people, a lot of them are obsessed with firearms and have a complete disregard for their physical health. Now, people might not understand why I'm saying this. When I was a kid, we always knew who the crazy person was politically, okay? They were the guy that dressed up like, usually like a neo-Nazi. They'd dress up in like a, just crazy attire. They'd dress up in like a full uniform or something like that, or they'd wear paramilitary clothing to school and things like that. And we always knew that that person was kind of crazy. Well, now in the age of the internet, and you get to see the real crazy people, like, and so a lot of these trolls that have been harassing me and a lot of the professional trolls that were harassing me, I see a lot of obsession with gun ownership and a lot of false obsession with health and wellness. A lot of half-assed obsession with health and wellness. For example, I was told to go to the gym by people that were clinically morbidly obese. Clinically morbidly obese. Like if they were to go to the doctor would be like, yeah, you have morbid obesity. You need help immediately. You need to be put on a diet that will save your life because you're morbidly obese. And also an obsession. These same people that are seemingly obsessed with the gym are also obsessed with marijuana abuse and alcohol abuse. These are things that do not go together, but for some reason in their twisted, demented minds, these things go together, but they don't go together. I'm not against gun ownership. I do have certain feelings towards the mentally ill having possession of firearms. And this is frightening to me because as a person that has seen what happens when the mentally ill have access to firearms firsthand, it's sad. It can be a sad situation and it can be an absolutely terrifying situation. If you look at some of the events that have taken place, this is what happens when the mentally ill and the politically deranged have access to firearms. And people go, "Oh, you're a liberal. I'm anything but a liberal." That's the truth. I'm not a liberal at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. But I think the internet has given a false sense of courage to a lot of people that otherwise would not have such courage and otherwise would not have access to such things as the firearms that they have access to. And some of these people are seriously, seriously mentally deranged. A lot of them engage in things like swatting. A lot of them engage in other activities that are, just not good activities for people to be engaging in. Now, when I was a child, yeah, a lot of people I know had guns. A lot of people I know had firearms. A lot of people I knew fired firearms on a regular basis and things of that nature. But I mean, nobody was really a gun nut. People just had parents that owned guns, or they themselves owned guns, or they were in the Boy Scouts or something of that nature where firearm usage was a regular part of their life. It was just something they did and what have you. But what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing people with severe derangement. Both they have severe inferiority complexes, severe narcissistic personality disorder to compensate for their inferiority complexes. Utter emptiness inside a lot of them that they try to fill with any type of persona they can put on, whether it's I'm a conservative gun nut or something of that nature. And these people are greatly emotionally disturbed individuals, very emotionally disturbed individuals. And you see this more and more and more and more and more. And it's more and more and more terrifying because you're seeing people that are hopped up on drugs, hopped up on alcohol, hopped up on energy drinks, that are high on internet memes that have filled their heads with false assumptions of political ideas that they don't fully understand because they haven't actually done anything to understand the ideologies. And it is just a very terrifying world when people that are this emotionally fragile and mentally damaged and intellectually deficient have access to firearms and are bragging about having access to firearms while actively threatening people that they're going to come over their house and things of that nature. Now, of course, I'm not as easily frightened as other people, but there comes a time when you have to actually assess the situation and realize, yeah, this is a dangerous situation. This is a dangerous world we live in because some people are given a false sense of courage, a false sense of superiority, a false sense of competency due to the internet, a false sense of success due to the internet. And it has caused people to develop very, very severe mental health disorders, which are prevalent and which are obviously visible, and it can be a situation. But the other thing is, these people are the same people that would not have any power, would not have any sway, because they're twerps. They're physically and mentally and emotionally defective individuals that have been artificially propped up by other mentally, emotionally, and intellectually defective people. And that's my appraisal of the situation as I've seen it over the past month.